This is Jonathan Dick interviewing for the second time my mom and dad. We're going to start off with some questions from the Student Code of Conduct. So, Mom.
About what? Code of conduct about referring to what?
Dress code.
Dress code.
Do you think that short shorts should be permitted in school?
No.
No? Why?
I don't feel like it's necessary to wear short shorts. I feel like the climate inside the building's controlled, so students won't get too hot.
Do you think short shorts and skirts are on the same level?
Yes.
So do you think that some skirts should be permitted or some skirts should not be permitted? If it's a longer skirt?
Yeah, if it meets the dress code, of course.
So you think that skirts should also be to the finger rule and your fingertip rule?
Yeah, even more for skirts because they're so flowy and may reveal more than shorts.
Do you think that with skirts they should wear leggings under?
No,
have to be
not necessarily if they meet the correct length. I don't think they need to have leggings underneath them.
Do you think students should be allowed to amend the Student Code of Conduct?
No.
But why?
I think it's in place for their protection and for their safety.
Okay. Do you think that some piercings should be not permitted in school? Like nose piercings, face piercings, or body piercings? Anything but ear? No?
I don't have a problem with that.
Yep.
I mean, that's a parental choice. To allow, that's a parental choice. If their parents allow it, then that's up to them and their family and their choice. That's none of my business.
Do you ever get people coming into your office about piercings or skirts?
Piercings and what?
Skirts.
You mean like dress code violation?
Mm-hmm.
Are they coming to my office because a teacher sent them to me for a violation?
Yeah.
Or are they coming because they have an infection with their piercing?
Either or.
So I've not had anybody come to the clinic because of a skirt dress code violation. I have had multiple students come to the clinic because of piercing problems. For example, yesterday, a girl had her belly button pierced and the ball fell off and she couldn't focus in class because she was worried that the piercing would come out. So she come down and we ended up putting a pencil eraser on it to keep the piercing from coming through. I've had students come in because their ears were infected and bleeding from piercings, their eyebrows bleeding because of piercings, their nose infected, red, swollen. Yeah.
Do you think dresses should be allowed in school as like an everyday clothing option?
Sure, if they're, appropriate as far as like coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about strapless tops?
No.
No? Why would you say that?
Again, because I feel like the climate inside the school is controlled, so they wouldn't need something so revealing to help them stay cooled off because the school controls that and keeps them comfortable, so they wouldn't need anything like that.
What would you say about tearaway pants?
Well, I guess they would be fine as long as they don't get pulled and removed from the person. Yeah.
How loose do you think somebody's clothes should be? you think they should be able to be wear clothes that are their size, or do you think they should be allowed to wear really baggy stuff?
I think that they should be able to wear appropriate clothes that they feel comfortable in, whether it's baggy or not. Well, I guess not too tight, because that could be uncomfortable. But I don't have a problem with baggy clothes.
Okay. What about you, Dad? What do you think about dress codes in schools and how it affects your workplace too?
Well, I guess for schools, it's all about whether or not it's causing a distraction in the classroom. So, I'd say if it has caused a distraction in the past, that's probably why it's in the dress code, for a good reason.
Do you agree with the rule about being able to amend the school dress code for students?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
I have a rule, and my rule is that students are allowed to amend the dress code.
No.
Why would you say that?
You have a rule. You mean you have a petition?
No, it's my rule.
Oh, your personal rule?
Yeah, the rule that I'm interviewing you about.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
How was dress code affected in schools when you guys were growing up? Do you guys feel like it was fair, or do you guys think that that it was too overbearing and too much?
For my school, I don't think it was any different than what probably you guys have right now. I mean,
I feel the same.
The school dress code hasn't been changed since the 70s, so it is the same.
Yeah.
yeah. So essentially, if it's, going to be a distraction, something crude on your clothes or something that's
Not
overtly
safe.
revealing or something like that, then yeah, it's.
What would you guys say is the most distracting piece of clothing when you guys were in school to be eliminated from being allowed to be worn?
Bikini.
People were allowed to wear bikinis when you were in school.
Not where I went to school.
They weren't allowed, but sometimes they showed up with the
Out in
bikini.
Jackson County, we get to wear bikinis.
No, I remember one girl showed up with a bikini top on. I think it was like a Spirit Week, and she was like a hula girl or something. And she showed up with a bikini top on and like a grass skirt, like she was full costume.
They allow that?
No,
Oh.
but that was distracting.
What about you, Dad?
Probably crude t-shirts were probably the ones that I remember people getting sort of, I don't know, not punished, but when I was in school, they just made you take your t-shirt off and wore a sweatshirt and turned it inside out. I mean, so as a matter of fact, when I was in school, that happened so much that sometimes kids just wore their shirts like that or their sweatshirts like that.
So they could wear it after school.
It's almost a fashion thing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for participating in my interview.
Were you wanting to ask me about how many times I have people violated the dress code?
That could be another question. How many?
Well, today we had 4 students had to come in for a dress code violation. They were all shirts. They had something inappropriate on their shirts, or it was a inappropriate halter top type shirt where their midriff was showing.
What would you say would be the
Biggest challenge with it?
no, about the average people per day that get dress code coming into your office?
Yeah, I would say probably 3 people a day.
Do you think that should be cut down, or do you think that they should go a little bit more strict on kids for school dress code?
Well, the main concern I see is just being able to financially support fresh clothes for the kids that they're doing the violation. The money for the clothes comes from the neediest kids of all. We get a fund for that. And there's only so many tights we can buy for them to wear because of their, pants having rips in them. And, so many shirts that to have available. It just becomes a demand situation, a problem with having the stock for them. I mean, I don't know why they just can't make them turn it inside out.
That's what I was just about to ask. So if they don't have like a garment that's too short, why don't they, if it has just something on it, why don't they just have you turn it inside out? Maybe we could try and implement that too.
Yeah, that'd be a good suggestion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that concludes our interview.
I mean, I guess I can see that if it's like a spaghetti strap type shirt, you can't turn that inside out.
That's true.
But, again, we could, instead of giving them a shirt, call their parents and have their parents bring them something, and then the inconvenience of that, maybe they'll check them out when they walk out the door.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, thanks for interviewing us. Good job.